All right, and we are live for another episode for In the Hot Seat, this time for Elimination Chamber 2015 predictions. Of course, got other stuff going on, and as well on a new night, usually on a Wednesday night, but this time on a Tuesday, just to try things out. It's a little different, so got the panel with me. What's going on, guys?
Nothing much. What's up, guys? I'm Heel Steven, but then again, you already knew that.
All
Just
right.
take, just take the spotlight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's what happens.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
just about the same.
All right, so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started for the show. Starting things off with the first topic of the night and basically getting right down to it, especially with the TNA side of things, and got an echo on my end. But anyway, just going into that, what's been going on too with them in Destination America and the whole things about them most likely being canceled and all
Nothing
that.
much.
So it's actually kind of crazy. So we'll go around with this. And what are your whole thoughts in this situation? What do you think should be done to have them be preventing all that stuff and actually help them out a little bit more? And we'll just go around that way. So the Iceman, your thoughts on TNA?
Well, you know, you always hear rumors about TNA, but unfortunately, most of the time when you hear these rumors, they end up coming true in the long run. Discovery Channel is trying to promote the move for TNA to Wednesdays on their Discovery Channel and some of their other um, smaller channels that Discovery owns. You know, you hear the stories about them, you know, dropping them after, September 13th or whatever it is.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know. I mean, there must be some sort of out clause. I don't understand the situation considering that Destination America does good ratings with TNA. Is considering the fact that how many people get Destination America. I mean, it's a highly rated show for
It's
Destination
the only.
America.
It's the
I
only.
don't know.
It's the only highest rated show on Destination America.
Well, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
I've heard different stories regarding this. Okay. Let me just say this overall. I don't hate TNA. I sometimes go hard on them because again, at the end of the day, it is what
Mhm.
it is. I
Yeah.
keep on saying that. I don't know why. I said this numerous times, and I'm gonna continue saying this. TNA gonna be better off under new ownership. Let's be honest here. Is
I
there
agree.
anybody here? Is there anybody here that has faith in Dixie Carter? Nobody.
Not a whole lot.
If you listen, if you're someone out there and you claim that you do, you're lying to yourself. I agree. Listen, with some people that when they say Dixie Carter will go down in history as the worst promoter ever in wrestling, Bill Watts was a better promoter than her. Let's be real here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Uh, at the end of the day, again, that's my take on that. With this whole
Mhm.
Destination America being canceling or not renewing, here's my take. All right, I've heard Dixie Carter, Bob Ryder on Twitter, Impact doing this thing on their site. That's fine and all. They can say, "Oh, it's not true. Don't believe it." But then again, I want to hear from Destination America. I want to hear from the people in Discovery their statement at the end of the day. Because put it this way, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a best analogy here. Let's say we're playing Uno, right? And in your hand, you're playing someone, and let's be honest, you have, let's say, the shittiest cards in your hand, but you have to pretend that, oh, I got the bet, I gotta draw four, I gotta, draw two, whatever it may be. But in
Yeah.
reality, you have a red, blue, a green five, and a reverse. Maybe they're just
Mhm.
putting a bluff. Who knows? But at the end of the day, it sucks what's going on right now, but it'll be better off under new ownership. Period.
Yeah, at this point, it probably would be for the best too as well. With Destination America, hopefully we'll see what happens with that because I noticed too now, especially with last week, they were able to show a replay of TNA Slammiversary 2014. So
And let's be
I don't
honest
know if they're
about
gonna
that.
keep on doing that as well. Go ahead.
Let's be honest here. TNA blew a 3-hour show
Mhm.
on a repeated pay-per-view from last year.
Yeah, I was a little surprised about that too. That kind of like threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, I
listen.
think
Go on, Scott. My bad. Go on, Scott. I'm sorry.
no, I was just
Oh,
gonna say I think Dixie once she took over and Jarrett pretty much was out of the picture, I think a lot of things changed. Maybe it would have been the same with Jarrett still running TNA, but
Mhm.
I still live by what I've said. I've watched TNA from the very, very beginning and through those years, all the way up until really Dixie took over. TNA had a very good roster. Um, their shows
Yeah,
were
for the
great.
most part, they always did. Yeah, they
They
had a
were
Yeah,
stacked
great.
they do.
roster.
I mean, you think, yeah, they have the roster. They had, they had the roster. They had it right
Hmm.
at one point. Think about it. They had They have Hardy. They have Angle. They had Hogan. They had
Yeah,
Flair. They had Lethal. They had Styles. They had Joe. They had Daniel Kazarian. The list goes on. The list goes
Definitely.
on. You know, and let's be honest right now. What's the one thing that was the big standout in TNA? The X Division.
yeah,
Yeah.
Let's be
that was
honest.
always a highlight.
Let's
Everybody
let's
was excited
let's
to
be
see.
honest. The X Division now is a joke. There is no X Division anymore. There
No,
is
there's
Yeah,
no X
not.
they don't
Division.
really showcase it that much at all, really.
To all you people out there, oh, what about Sonata? Or what about well, he's gone also, but what about Kenny King? What about what's his name? Again, that's the point. There's no X Division anymore, in my
Right.
opinion. But that's
There's
that.
only
I
very
mean,
few left. Yeah.
there's only a few guys that can't even like climb the wire. That's why they have to bring in a ladder to retrieve the belt in the center of the X.
Oh, David. By the way,
Yeah.
I know why my picture's dark because I had my webcam on earlier and I had the settings set down and
Oh,
I
really?
can't change
Okay.
them while I'm on Hangout.
Yeah.
I just thought of that.
Actually, I think what you got to do is turn the cam off and then change the settings from there.
Could be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, Scott, your thoughts on this whole thing with TNA?
I think TNA should just, pack the bags and just call it a day because for so long now it's been NXT beating ratings in,
Hmm.
TNA, and you just think, why is a development show being more better than what's meant to be a main product, a main brand?
Right.
Not that
It's
it's
Mhm.
not that it's a buzz. It's just that there is more of an excitement with NXT than there's with TNA.
yeah, that's
That's
that,
what
that-
it is.
and that's the problem. TNA should still have that buzz, but it's meant to be. I'm not a big TNA fan. I've probably watched a few matches now and then,
Mhm.
mainly because I've always been a WWE fan. I'm not one of those people as you call a traitor to go over to the other brand or
Yeah, I'm
whatever.
not that
But
either.
I what caught my interest in TNA sometimes was, yes, WWE guys and all that, but that's the problem with it now. It seems like you had your main guys, but you was too busy trying to get new main guys,
Hmm.
and then obviously with Dixie, I just feel they should just pack the bags up. I think they've had their run. They're struggling. I mean, you get all these rumours of people not getting paid. That's one of the problems. If you can't pay your workers, then you
Hmm.
haven't got a product. You haven't got anything.
Yeah, that's important, especially to pay them like that.
And especially with these ridiculous contracts where, oh, here, have 1 million, but don't do anything. What do you mean don't do anything? If you're contracted, I want to see them work. I don't want to see like people like when they had people like Kevin Nash signed, and all he did was, what was it, a few rare appearances, and still got paid the same amount as a person who actually works there. You know, it's kind of like seeing a Brock Lesnar contract, but everybody has one.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree. And
Yeah.
again, I still feel that this company will be better off with under no ownership. I hate
Well,
being repetitive,
yeah.
but that's the thing.
Well,
But
this is
then again,
No, it's
then again,
understandable.
then again, I agree with you as well. I agree. Listen, if they're not going to progress, if they're not going to be any improvement, then you might as well just shut it down. Put it this way: not even Gordon Ramsay, at this
No.
point, can fix it right now.
well, this is the
Because
thing. Why would Jeff Jarrett make a new company? Why couldn't he just take his company, what was his, back? That shows how much that the company should just end, because Jeff Jarrett just decided, yeah, I'm not even going to try and fix that mess. He could have easily bought his company back.
Really good, yeah. No problem.
Boston, Chris wants to know if you can get him on. You
Yeah.
send him the link. I'll send him the
Yeah,
link.
yeah, that'd be better. Go ahead.
And I'll say
Alright.
this as well. Listen, the move to Wednesday night. Let's be honest. It's
Yeah.
not. When you think about it, when you have a show on a new network and you get moved to a new day under a year, it's not good.
Yeah. Honestly,
Then
like
again-
yeah.
Then again, I even said it, like, the move to what was it? The move to
The
to
Friday.
when they were on Friday, I thought it wasn't good either.
Honestly, I
Well,
think
there
having
wasn't
a
too many
Friday
other nights they
night,
really could move to, though,
yeah.
without going up against the
Exactly.
WWE.
Unless they do
They-
Tuesday, because
Tuesday?
nothing's really on a Tuesday.
Tuesday
Yeah.
night is.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing about it as well, like, let's be honest. Friday night is not a good night for TV. Period. Friday night's
No,
the weekend. Friday
It's the
night's the
beginning of
weekend.
the weekend,
Yeah.
too, guys.
There's not a whole lot of people that would actually stay in unless you some like
To make matters worse, not everyone has Destination America.
That
yeah.
is another point that I want to get onto, though. Right?
Right.
Is
Right.
is the WWE and TNA? They're both trying to fight for TV deals, getting
Yeah.
the best deals. Which network they should go on? I mean, I know they're on USA, but I mean, SmackDown got moved to Spike, and I mean, went TNA on Spike, and it's like, so it's kind of like a bit more. I feel WWE's got a bit of a ball game play here, and it's like,
Mhm.
yeah, we'll be on your network, but don't ever put TNA ever back on your network. Can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, at least for TNA, they should be on the local network, like just out of the blue, CW or something like that. Something new where everybody gets it, and then that way it would be more easier. And at least, like we said
The
before,
thing
like on
about it
Tuesday.
is, though, the thing is also is that
Mhm.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Hey, Simon's here. Hey, what's
We
up,
got
Simon?
Simon. What's up, man?
What's up? Sorry, I'm late. Just got home.
That's no problem. Yeah, but anyway, what we talked about last week on your show not too long ago was
Look
about
at
the
this sweat
TNA
in my
situation.
face.
What?
Look at this sweat in my face. I'm sweating like a motherfucker.
You're working hard.
You got to figure too. WWE is on USA, owned by NBC Universal, which is
Yeah.
branched out. That's and the thing of it is, quite honestly, there's not too many other cable channels that are really interested in wrestling anymore. It's not like it was when you had WCW going head to head with the WWE, where the ratings were through the roof.
Right.
Well, that's the thing, is it does look like most of these cable companies are like, nah, we're not going to compete with WWE because that's just not.
Because they know they'll lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's the thing about it too, though. That thing also, though, a lot of these promotions, they worry too much what the fuck WWE's doing. And that's the thing also. They worry. Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? How about you don't give a fuck about what they're doing?
Yeah, just worry
and
about yourself.
just do your thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
That
the
is
thing
one
about
thing
it.
I've liked about WWE. They never give a fuck about any other company. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah,
Hmm.
recently they have slided in ROH a few times on the website, but they never mention it on TV unless it's a fucking pipe bomb from CM Punk. But that's a different story for a different day. We won't go into that one. But
Yeah.
you know,
Excuse me.
TNA, they just feel like the only time they get a buzz is, they have to say, "Oh, WWE." It's like, "Oh, fans give a buzz because they've said WWE." It's like saying a censored word, but
Yeah.
oh
We
shit,
all
they
get
actually said
excited.
that.
Yeah. It's like you
I read,
never
a re-
think they would actually say it until it happens.
I read a report apparently, and I don't know if it's true or not, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised. Apparently, Dixie Carter sent a letter out to the employees, whatever it may be, referring to the suits at Destination America as dummies. And in the email, she CNC'd the president of Destination America.
Interesting. We got Chris here on the show, and have any thoughts on TNA? What we've been talking about? I don't know.
I think I know I mentioned it. I think I remember mentioning it in the Heel Stevens show. I think
Which,
I
thank you.
remember. And
Club.
but let me say about TNA. I actually genuinely feel bad for them, even though having kept up with a whole lot of wrestling lately, I do feel bad for them. Reason being is because they're another company to watch. Even though, like I said, even though I haven't kept up with them in about a month and a half or so. But to be, I don't know what the real story is behind them being kicked off Destination America. I don't know if it's. I read an article because it was the ratings. Okay, they wanted a PG show, a family-oriented stuff. Well, you know what? If they wanted that, go ask WWE, okay? I mean, seriously. And I think I did mention on the Heel Stevens show, I think they should move to CW because if I remember correctly, ROH can be found on the CW or WGN America,
Yeah,
something like that, at 4 or 5
CW.
o'clock.
they're on my network.
CW.
And go on a local channel, and work on getting your ratings up, and then move on to a bigger, network later on down the road. But at the same time, I also think a lot of what Dave Meltzer had to say is probably bullshit. That really wouldn't surprise me because a lot of stuff that comes out of his mouth is just blatantly diarrhea to begin with. But who knows what to really believe in the world of sports entertainment or professional wrestling, if you will. But I genuinely feel bad for TNA. I hope they can get their shit straight with another network and, go back to the stuff it was founded on, man.
Exactly. And apparently also that has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of advertisers do not want to advertise during that show. So because of that also is and I think again it's stupid, but hey,
Well, it's because WWE's made their new benchmark of being kid-friendly, PG, every blah blah blah. We don't need to go into it. We know what WWE's doing, but how TV companies are seeing it is like, well, why can't your company be like WWE? And then everybody's like, well, that's because we're wrestling, not entertainment. And then it's like, well, we're a cable company. We buy entertainment, not wrestling, and that's the problem.
I know Jeffrey Rose has brought this up. Honorable mention to Mr. Jeffrey Rose, who is in this call, I see. I really believe that TNA should learn from WWE. Example, what Mr. Rose here said to begin with. Why can't they also put Impact on their website? Wouldn't that make it so much better? And maybe charge them $5 a view or like maybe a membership fee of like $5 a month. I mean, what are you really asking? Because you got the WWE Network, that's $10 a month, just to view Impact on the website. Why can't like maybe $5-6 a month? Or
That's pretty
have it
reasonable.
on a network or some kind of something and put it on Hulu, okay? Even though I know Hulu's not, you can't live stream Hulu, but
They can show it the
but
next
I
day,
do
though.
like the fact of what the Iceman said. Put it on the website and charge the stream, like in my opinion, like I said, $5-6 a month, and that'll help get their revenue up a bit. I'm sure that'll
Yeah.
help out if they can't find a network right away.
Yeah, but most people will probably end up complaining like they do the WWE Network and saying, "Oh no, I didn't like that pay-per-view. Can I have my refund, please?"
Hopefully it
Yeah,
won't
but
go down
I mean,
like
if you're
that.
gonna,
Yeah.
yeah, but I
I
mean,
mean,
if you're
think
gonna
about it
complain
too, though.
about that, you're just blatantly stupid because
Mm.
the pay-per-views, along with everything else on the network, is $10 a month. I
That's
mean,
true.
that's 2 cups of coffee from Starbucks.
The
2
thing about it too,
basic
though.
cups of coffee from Starbucks.
That's simple.
So
Go
the
ahead.
thing also with that also the fact that okay, if we start charging, right, then how? Think about it also in the UK and all the parts of the world is free. We'll be the only ones charging pretty much. We're paying to watch it pretty much. Let me correct myself there. At this point, my head hurts. I'm sorry. My head hurts. With
It's
this
alright.
I just feel, again, this company going to be better off under new ownership.
Yeah.
That's
And
why
I
when
don't know, but I gotta be honest.
last year, I wish she would have.
Right.
I mean, I gotta be honest. I don't understand this whole Billy Corgan thing. I really don't. The guy is
Apparently,
the guy is a musician, not a wrestling
the
promoter.
the thing is with Billy Corgan, he at one time ran his own promotion. I think somewhere in Chicago called Resistance Pro. He had some good luck. He had a lot of success with it, and apparently they like his mindset.
Yeah, but if you do Billy Corgan, you might as well do ICP at the same time.
I hear you. I mean, again, I'll be honest. I'll be more open if because they even report that he was gonna buy TNA at one time. He was gonna buy out of date, and I think that would have been hey. The more the better, you know what I mean? But what do I know, right?
It happens,
What do I
but
know?
yeah.
Why do I hear wind? I hear like a wind coming in.
I think
it's
that's on
coming.
Simon's channel. Is it?
Yeah. I think it is.
What the hell is he doing?
I don't know. I guess he's gonna have a snack or something.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and move on. Go ahead to the next topic here, and especially too with this Sunday, of course, only exclusively on the network. And with the topic too that I thought, and there's not too many topics going around lately, and should there be other exclusive only pay-per-views coming about? Do you see that happening? Would that actually be good for the network? And what would you like to see be brought back? Personally, we'll go around with this again. Steven, your thoughts?
If they're to bring back, I guess here's my take with it. Okay, I understand a lot of countries out there do not have the network yet,
Yeah.
which is quite possibly. But I find it hard to call it a pay-per-view exclusive on the network when every other pay-per-view is already on the WWE network. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
If I guess you're gonna bring back, like once a month, if anything, bring back In Your House.
Doesn't be bad at all.
Like every quarter, you know what I mean? Like bring it back, make it like a 3-hour special on the network, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially too like what they did with the King of the Ring. At least have that more of a basically 3 hour show. Have it like that. Bring shows like the old school pay-per-views and have them come back and actually be sort of interesting and to see how that would go. Not so frequently, but every once in a while, I think that would be fair enough to have that too. So stuff like that would be pretty interesting. I commend your thoughts.
Whose thoughts?
I don't know.
Oh well, I think with them having the pay-per-views exclusively on the network, obviously is getting people to obviously try to subscribe. But then again, you look at the other side of the coin. Whereas if you put it also on the cable systems, you're still going to make a lot more money by putting it on the cable system. So, I mean, people are going to buy. That's just how people are. If you're a diehard WWE fan and there's a pay-per-view, you're going to buy it. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made if they continued to put them on the cable system. But I think they're just putting it on the network exclusively just to bring in, people to subscribe for the network. So it's a good idea.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is sometimes I just think 12 pay-per-views or 13 are way too many now. But
Yeah. That is true.
no build up for the next one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's something that they really need. But Chris, your thoughts?
Oh man, I gotta be honest, Dave. I don't like what they're doing. I don't. That's just me though. Having these specials in between these pay-per-views, and with barely even a build. I mean, King of the Ring. You talk about King of the Ring. It came out of nowhere. Where did it come? Where did it come from? There was no build-up. There was no qualifying matches to even be in the whole thing to begin with. Like, okay, yeah, have a match between two people. You're a contestant in the King of the Ring. That old school mentality for the King of the Ring. Now you have the Elimination Chamber coming up. Okay, I like the idea of the Elimination Chamber, but take away one of these stupid, nonsensical pay-per-views like Payback or some of these other ones that they do throughout the course of the year and dedicate and put things like King of the Ring and Elimination Chamber in between. Okay, it just doesn't make sense to me why they're doing that. I mean, what's next? I mean, another, like, maybe an In Your House, or hell, maybe let's do Buried Alive or Hell in a Cell, shit like that. I mean, you know what I mean? It's I'm not a fan of what they're doing. I think it's just way too much. I think it's too much. Because like Jeffrey Rose, the Iceman, just said, it's bad enough they're doing 13 pay-per-views a year, 12, 13 pay-per-views, and now you've got all this other crap going on in between these specials. No, I'm sorry, I'm not one for it, but that's just me and my personal opinion.
Alright. Scott, your thoughts? If you're still there.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I like to see In Your House. I would like to see Saturday night's main event. But yeah, I've got to agree with everyone else. It is kind of coming too much. But I'm going to say half of the pay-per-views maybe should let me just step back a bit. I actually thought when they got rid of Elimination Chamber, I thought that was going to be like, we'll bring it back randomly in a different pay-per-view. Like, I don't know, for example, it could have been at WrestleMania. Elimination Chamber at WrestleMania, rather than having its own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was going to happen, because that sounds more better to me. Get rid of, like, the pay-per-views like Hell in a Cell, keep Money in the Bank, or we could get rid of Money in the Bank, because what's the point of having a whole pay-per-view on... it would have been 2 brands, 3 brands, and they was fighting for that briefcase, but for their brands. But now it's just one brand. What's the point of having, a special pay-per-view concerned over one match when it's, it sounds pointless. I mean, I'm all right with
bingo.
I'm all right with Payback or Battleground or names like that. I think they should bring back No Mercy.
That would be worth it, yeah.
Yeah, No Mercy and Bad Blood.
What's the point of having...
That having so, like, gimmicky name and actually have a name.
Why does it have to be a gimmick? I mean, it's good.
Mhm.
How I see it, it's going to be as ridiculous as like WWE chair because they're going to have a chair match on. You know,
Chairs only.
that's how ridiculous it comes across to me.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. What's gonna
WWE Spanish announce table.
We can only use the Spanish announce table to get the win. That'd be too easy though.
Every match takes place on the Spanish announce table until it breaks.
But yeah, Simon, willing to
That's a
get your
pole
thoughts.
match.
Guys, how about that picture I have him on my side there? How about that picture?
Do you know what? Now you just said about the Spanish announce table, I feel like Tough Enough. They're going to have a challenge of reconstruct the Spanish announce table. You got 5 seconds.
You never know.
Oh boy, that'd be funny as hell. That would be.
You know, one of the
Another
things
first.
that I think is killing pay-per-views too, really, is the feuds last way too long. Rusev and Cena, 4 months.
Oh God.
At least having it be 3, that would have been fine enough. But
3 at
4
the
was a little bit
most.
too much.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
The thing is, with feuds like that, it only works if it's a big money feud.
Yeah.
It
Right.
works.
Yeah,
For
like Hogan and
example,
Warrior, Austin and
for example-
McMahon.
there you go. Or quite possibly John Cena and Kevin Owens. That's a big money feud in the future. That's a big money feud in the future. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is because everybody wants to see it, including Peter
Go
Gilmore.
down.
Well, wait a minute. Who has a Kevin Steen intro on his channel?
Oh yeah, that would be you, buddy.
You're rubbing it.
Yeah.
Subscribe to HeelSteven.com
You're
or I'll
lucky
come to your
for having
house
that
and
down.
ruin your life.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you.
Buy my T-shirt. I'm such a whore.
Oh yeah, bye.
Hey, go fund yourself.
Go fund yourself, or or the new no farm animal T-shirt. No farm
No
Or
animal.
you
farm
can get
animal.
the yes for animal teacher.
I don't know. Oh, for real? It's available up on the store. Cocktail
Yeah.
party coming soon.
But yeah,
That is awesome.
they need to get rid of some of their pay-per-views. They need to build up feuds because it just doesn't work. I mean, obviously they
Yeah.
got away with it this time. You know, obviously Seth and Dean. You know,
Bags. Gotta
Lag.
love Google.
Yeah, we just had it all like that.
Hashtag lag.
you know, at least
This
2
is why
months
you
kind of
split.
prep on it.
I'm not that good with XSplit yet. But yeah, actually having at least like a pay-per-view a month, that's fine enough. At least that way you can build up to it more like they used to do.
I think they should skip a month. I
Yeah.
really feel they should. I feel they should have a pay-per-view at the beginning of the month, and then just skip the whole month. Have 8 weeks, or
Yep,
Or
exactly.
if not, what
That
they
can
should do
work.
also what they should do in between, bring back Saturday night's main event.
yeah, that's what they should do. Is put a Saturday night's main event in between. It doesn't even have to have It could be random. It could have random matches. I don't know.
Right.
Let's say going back to the John Cena Rusev feud, you could have John Cena Rusev building up to their pay-per-view
Yeah.
in
It could build to another pay-per-view that's
time.
coming up.
in a month's time, but obviously we'll have a Saturday night's main event this month, and we'll do John Cena's US Open Challenge.
That's fair
Oh
enough.
God, yeah. Speaking of which, was this going to be a topic of conversation in your show,
No.
David? This John Cena's. I was thinking about this today, and
Yeah,
I'm just
go
going to
ahead.
go off. I'm just going to go off. I shouldn't say go off, but what's supposed to be John Cena's next opponent?
Good
That's what I'm wondering too. If it's
Yeah.
not Owens, who is
I
it?
mean, he's doing this open challenge, which was good at first, but you're not building a feud for him to go into the next pay-per-view, whatever that next pay-per-view is going to be, and it doesn't, I mean, unless you're putting the emphasis on putting having a feud between Kevin Owens and John Cena for the next 3-4 months.
Oh, but get this,
Which
right?
they should not. Which they should not do.
Get this, WWE. When they announced their Elimination Chamber on Raw, Then they put it on the website saying that Elimination Chamber. They actually advertised John Cena being US champion. I was like,
Yeah, and that's a
really?
champion versus champion match.
When
Well,
they
not
did
for
all
the
this,
titles,
when they did
obviously.
all the spoilers for obviously they actually said the tag team titles and the Intercontinental Championship will be in the Elimination Chamber. Also, you will see John Cena defend the United States Championship, and I was like, really? So you just spoiled the whole thing.
Yeah,
Did you
it's
actually
crazy.
watch the broadcast? They announced it after the Cena and Rusev match.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
Hmm.
It just counted for your whole argument.
Mm.
Right.
Save us from your freaking stupidity.
But anyway, with that being said, we'll actually go ahead and go on with the predictions. Starting things off to just go ahead with the first match here, where we have Neville and Bo Dallas, which was added to as well. With that being said, it should be a good match. I'm pretty sure most likely Neville will continue going on basically with the winning streak he's been having lately, and Neville being on the main roster so far has been really awesome. So I'm really interested to see what else we're going to be seeing out of him. So, like I said before, I do see nothing but really great things going on in Neville. So, obviously, my main pick is going to be Neville for this one. Steven, your thoughts and your pick?
I'll be honest. I just feel like they have him in a whatever match right now. That's just the feeling I have. I know a lot of people would want to see Neville in that chamber instead of R-Truth.
Hmm.
But if you really want to pick a winner, I just think it's going to be Neville.
Truth is in the
He just-
chamber.
Yeah.
He's in another chamber.
Oh God.
Yep. I personally feel this Truth like final year, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, guys, you never know though.
Bring back little Jimmy.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you are true.
Christ.
That was actually really great. I like that.
Yeah, I've got to say with the Neville and Bo match, I really don't care who wins. I like Neville, don't really like Bo Dallas, but I mean, do I have to go with the whole because I like that person more? I want him to win.
It's up to you. I mean, who you exactly you're looking forward to win, but
It's not a match that really, I'd rather see Neville in the Elimination Chamber. I don't want to see a normal.
that's what I thought was gonna happen in the beginning too.
To me, that is a Raw. That is a match you'll see on Raw. And
But then,
sometimes I
if you
want to see that
put
match.
Neville in the chamber, people are gonna bitch and say, "Oh, you're moving him too quickly. You're moving him too quickly." So you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't.
It really shouldn't be that way.
Just like they moved, just like the guy in the picture on the screen here on my little bar thing. People were complaining about they were moving the cock fist way too early. They wanted the farm animal. But I'm gonna move on from that.
That's how it is sometimes.
Who exactly is the farm animal?
Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the dude that's pretty much Sin Cara 2.0.
Pretty much.
So I assume Simon, you're going with Neville then, right?
Yep.
All right.
No,
Nice,
hell
man.
no. It's against Bo Dallas?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I said
Neville
it on
Bo
the
Dallas.
review. I said it on the review. Bo Dallas needs a win here.
Really?
Well, you just came back. If you flush
Well,
him down the toilet right now on Sunday, what's left for him to do on Monday? You gotta win.
I'll be
Even
honest,
if it's
with every
cheating,
match he goes
even if it's cheating and it's something completely stupid. Hell,
Yeah,
if you're
but
really
Bo
gonna
Dallas
have-
is the modern day Barry Horowitz.
If you're
I'll
really
be
gonna
honest,
have
you know what they
Neville
should
win the match, the only thing then after the match, have Bo Dallas attack him. That way, Bo Dallas gets some heat. That's what matters here.
What they should do, I think, honestly, as well, is Bo Dallas. Is it still the Bo Dog, his finisher?
As of right now, so far, until we
I
see on
always said,
Sunday.
with his gimmick, him being inspirational, all that. Oh, never give up, never quit, right? Just like a mini John Cena. His finisher should be a submission hold. While he has someone in the
Everybody, yeah.
hold. While he has
Nobody has
someone
any
in the hold.
reference. Shut up.
The
When he has
bow and
someone in-
arrow.
No, think about it. When he has someone in the hold, it's like, don't give up. It's okay. Keep fighting it. Don't. And they eventually give up. Call it the bow hold. I don't know.
The bow and
Maybe he'll
arrow.
pull out some new moves that we don't even know about yet. but we'll see. Iceman, your thoughts?
Um, I want to see Neville win, but it wouldn't surprise me if Bo Dallas goes over on him because I really, if Neville loses, it's not going to hurt him. It's really not going to hurt him. I think he's already shown everybody his skills, and he's going to be big, and we all know it. But if WWE is planning on doing something with Bo Dallas, I think he does need to win.
All right, Chris, your thoughts?
If Adrian Neville doesn't win this match, that's going to be a huge, tragic accident waiting to happen. Because, I mean, you have Adrian Neville, who's just off of NXT. He already beat Wade Barrett. He's beaten quite a few people. And I think to have him lose to Bo Dallas, really, I think would be completely and utterly stupid. So I'm going with Neville.
All right. Then with the next match going on into that, getting this one too out of the way with the Divas Championship match where we have Nikki, Naomi, and as well the returning Paige on this one. I think it's guaranteed that we'll most likely see a new Divas champion. Honestly, I think it'd be about time. Either way, it could go either or. For me, honestly, it could go to Paige or it could go to Naomi. Honestly, at this point, most likely I will be going with Naomi on this one to actually get a win this time for the Divas Championship. But we'll see what happens with that. And Steven, your thoughts?
I agree. I do feel it's time for Naomi to hold the strap. I don't think it'll be a long match. I'd say maybe under 7 minutes, if anything, right? I think, if anything, the only thing that goes over here is Naomi's shoes.
Well, there you
And I
go.
move on.
I love those shoes.
Neon shoe.
Classic. All right, Simon, you pick.
Chris's dogs.
Yeah, there you go.
Going for
No.
dogs for the win.
The dogs that won't shut up.
No, I think Paige is gonna hit the finisher on Nikki Bella, and Naomi's gonna shove Paige off the ring, and then obviously she's gonna get the pinfall.
All right, Scott, your thoughts?
My thoughts is
God damn.
National Championship.
Uh,
So I reckon you've got enough time to take a piss break, grab some popcorn because the Intercontinental Championship match is next, and you've got plenty of time to sort yourself out.
Who the fuck is this smart all of a sudden?
No. I hope Naomi wins it. It'd be nice to see her win.
Oh, check upstairs.
It's a new face. It's a new face.
It's a new booty.
Get that guy out of here, Nick.
I see the Divas title as more of a pass around. It's more like, here, it's your turn to hold it now. You have it. WWE really needs to sort out their Divas division on the main roster. I mean, I thought they was actually doing it when they brought Paige and Emma to the roster, but
No. Alright. Iceman, your thoughts?
It's time for Naomi. It's her time to shine. Paige will eventually get it back, but it's time for Nikki to drop that belt too. And I'm going with Naomi all the way.
Alright. Chris, your thoughts?
This is gonna sound kind of crass, but if Naomi does not win this fucking Divas title, I am gonna seriously consider that the WWE is motherfucking racist. Okay, she hasn't won it yet. Paige doesn't need it. Nikki needs to lose it. Do the math.
what? WWE's racist? Did you not know Booker T's got a commentary table there? Job.
That's not right. That's messed up now. We'll go ahead and continue on here. And especially, too, for the first time ever, we got the Tag Team Championship Elimination Chamber match. Scott, we talked about this, too, a while back, and Going in this one for the tag team titles, where we got Los Matadors, The Ascension, Lucha Dragons, Primetime Players, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, and of course the New Day, the tag team champions. And with this one, it could go really either way. I'm sure it'd be a great match and something interesting to see. With this one, honestly, it could either go to the Lucha Dragons, which I wouldn't be surprised, or having Cesaro and Tyson Kidd getting their tag team titles back too as well. So it could really go either way. But if I had to pick one, most likely Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. I would like to see the tag team titles go back to them. So we'll go ahead and go run back with this one. Steven, your thoughts and your pick.
Excuse me. I'm just wondering how the fuck are. Oh, first of all, I feel like it'd be one giant clusterfuck. It will be. I don't know how the hell that's gonna work out though. Putting two guys inside a little pod.
Let's
I'll
say
be honest
expand
here.
it.
Yeah, they probably will. I, I'd be open to seeing the Kid Sorrow get the belts back or the New Day retaining, but I'm gonna go with the primetime players.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Or
works.
if
I
not,
mean,
hey,
they're basically like my dark horse, if you will.
or if not, Lucha
Cool.
Dragons. Listen, don't be surprised if out of nowhere they give the belt to the Ascension. Don't be surprised.
I
True.
I personally think Ascension's going to win it.
Really?
Even though since they've made it to the main roster, I don't know why it's just everybody. I feel they're pretty much the divas of the tag team division, because they just seem like they made it the main roster and then what do they do? Bury them completely. It's like
Yep,
yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
we'll have APA, we'll have DX, we'll have every other classic tag
Mhm.
team, and we'll just beat the
And
shit
they were
out of
doing
you.
so well in the beginning for NXT.
Who invited the jackasses?
Yeah.
But
Simon, go ahead.
I would like to see him win, but if not, Cesaro and Kidd. But the match
Nice.
I feel is going to be fast paced. It's got to
Mhm.
be because they can't have all of them in the ring at the same time. But one of the things I do like is they are doing. If your tag team partner gets pinned, the whole team's eliminated. So at least that's fair. But does that mean the whole of New Day is going to be in the ring?
Yeah, you never know because they could go like either or with one of those. But I don't know. They could probably switch it up or something like that.
I can definitely see a few getting eliminated before all the pods are open.
Could happen. Simon, your thoughts?
There's no way in hell that the New Day ain't winning this. No way in hell. New Day retains.
Interesting. Iceman, your thoughts?
Okay, I was talking to my nephew, man. He thinks it's going to be Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, and I told him, and I have a gut feeling, it's going to be primetime players. They just have a gut feeling.
Hopefully they'll finally win the tag team titles, which would be really cool. They
Yeah,
haven't
and
really
I
won
think they'd be
before.
popular, too. So
Yeah, no doubt. Alright, Chris, your thoughts?
Los Matadores suck. The Ascension suck. New Day fucking sucks. Lucha Dragon should have stayed in fucking NXT. Who's left? Tyson Kidd and Cesaro, primetime players. I could go. I'll be happy if either one of those guys win. I can't
gotta
pick
say-
just one.
Go ahead.
I've got to say, primetime players have been, with their promos, they have been pretty good. And
Yeah,
they do
they're
make me
really
laugh.
hilarious with them. They're awesome.
Especially their DX one. That was
Yeah.
pretty funny and very clever.
Classic. But anyway, we'll go ahead with the IC Championship, which will also be on the line in the Elimination Chamber, where we have R-Truth, Sheamus, of course, Bad News Barrett, Ryback, Dolph Ziggler, and as well Rusev. Now, to me, with this one, it depends on either or two that I do have. Basically, two picks: Bad News Barrett or Sheamus. If I had to pick one, probably I don't know. I guess I would probably have to go with Bad News Barrett. I think that would be pretty interesting, but he has won it before. But it could go either way. So, Steven, your thoughts?
Here's the thing: is a lot of guys are obviously. It's hard because honestly, what does the title do? For, how do I put this? Okay, yeah, Bad News Barrett, who's already king of the ring, has already been like a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. You have honestly, I wouldn't be surprised they put it on Sheamus. There you go. I'm going with Sheamus here.
All right, Simon,
Ah,
your thoughts on the IC title match? Who you think is gonna win?
I have no idea. Who's in there again?
Where we have Bad News Barrett in there, we have Sheamus in there, R-Truth, Ryback, Rusev.
Let's go with Sheamus.
All right, Scott.
I think there's going to be a shocker and R-Truth. No, I'm joking.
Swerve.
I want Barrett to win, mainly because I feel that it's going to build on his King Barrett gimmick, what he's doing now. It would fit him. Then again, Sheamus is going to win because obviously WWE's apparently rumoured advertised him being Intercontinental Champion for like next few pay-per-views. So,
Didn't know that.
This kid is
Spoiler
believing
alert.
the dirt sheet, ladies and gentlemen.
All right,
9 times out of 10 they're true.
What's his name? Sean's View?
Yeah.
Nice, man, your thoughts.
You talking to me?
Yeah, your thoughts.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go with Sheamus. I just, to be honest with you, I really don't want to see Barrett. I wouldn't mind seeing Ziggler, but he's had it too, and you know everybody's forgot about Rusev, but I don't see him doing anything. Nah, I think Sheamus coming back. He's gonna start doing something. They're pushing him, and you know I look for him to end up coming out with the IC belt.
Interesting. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, gotta agree with the crowd on this one. I'm going with Sheamus because really I don't see anybody else in that match winning the IC strap. I don't see, as much as I wouldn't mind seeing Ryback get it, I don't see him getting it. I don't see fucking R-Truth getting it, Dolph Ziggler, Wade Barrett, he's the king of the ring. The dude's ready for main event status, regardless of what, you know, maybe the WWE thinks. I think he's ready for main event, and you just had a decent title run with Rusev with the United States strap, so I think it's pretty relevant that going with Sheamus, man.
All right.
Well, they all have the equal kind of thing. I mean, let's look at Ziggler. If Ziggler won it, there's going to be a feud between Ziggler and Rusev.
Yeah, and they could feud for the IC title.
I'm
Yeah,
over.
then
Never
Ziggler would
been
get
Intercontinental
freaking
Champion.
squished.
Oh yeah, of course. But
Yeah.
Sheamus never been Intercontinental Champion. Barrett just to build on his King Barrettness, and obviously I feel exactly the same. He should be pushed, but obviously there's one reason he's not being pushed, and that's because he's British, and that's it. We know that straight away. It's because he's British.
You sound like a fucking dumbass.
We'll go ahead. One of the matches seems that's been one of the matches I'm definitely looking forward for. Champion versus champion, NXT champion, US champion. Of course, Kevin Owens and John Cena. Honestly, in a way, actually could go either or, especially with this one, but I'm actually going to go with Kevin Owens in this one, especially having him be now a part of the main roster.
Hell yeah.
Bringing the NXT title with him. I think that's cool. That's what they should do. Have the NXT champion be able to go on the main show and create some excitement that way. I think that's something they should definitely work on a little bit more as well. So it's going to be a great match to see. It's something everyone's been looking forward to seeing. So we'll go with Steven. Your thoughts on the match overall?
Okay. I know I'm wearing a Kevin Owens shirt. I know I'm a big mark for the guy all you want. I'll be honest though. Okay, if this is like the only match that he goes back to this match should just end in a no contest or a throwaway. Cause think about it.
Right.
I know a lot of people are gonna complain and cry and moan and bitch. Oh, Cena buried Kevin Owens. Cena wins again. LOL. Honestly, yeah, does Cena need to win? No, he doesn't need to win. But if we're gonna go with the case we got, where Owen goes back to NXT, then he shouldn't win either. It's just be in a no contest. I'll be in favor of that. But I do feel again that somewhere years down the line, this is gonna be the big money feud.
You see that?
That's just me, of course.
Alright, Simon.
Going with Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
Scott.
good boy, good boy.
My fellow Quebecois.
I've got a load of kind of like how I want to see it go down. No contest. I like to see nothing happen on it because I don't want the whole, Cena win. I don't want to be like, oh, why is Kevin Owens winning this match? Oh, you're pushing him too quick. I don't want any of that. But I do feel that maybe Kevin Owens could win by disqualification, and that is because Sami Zayn comes out and attacks the fuck out of Kevin Owens. It could happen.
Yeah, it could happen. Read your dirt sheet. Didn't you know that he got a surgery? Thought you believed the dirt sheet.
I don't believe in the dirt sheets. I don't read dirt sheets.
Every single thing that you said on this broadcast has been wrote on the dirt sheet.
I read WWE.com. Is that dirt sheet?
Is that a
Okay.
is that a
No,
match?
really,
Because I
that's-
swear
the
it's Sean's
fact that
view.
they're promoting Sheamus is on WWE.com. Shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
Alright, I
All right, I think there's going to be no clear-cut winner in this match. It's going to end probably in a
Get the
disqualification,
fuck out of here.
one way or the other. Cena's not going to get beat by Kevin Owens after the 2 power bombs the last couple weeks on Raw, and there's no way Cena's going to beat Kevin Owens either. But they're gonna make this match to where they both look strong, so neither one loses out either way. So I just think that there's going to be no winner in this one.
Alright. Chris, your thoughts?
It does make sense with what the Iceman just said. It really does, because if Kevin Owens is going to go back to NXT and keep defending the title, what would there be a point of having him go over on Cena? As much as everybody wants to see it, okay, except for 5-year-olds, okay. I have a lot of respect for Cena, but I just think, for me personally, I would love to see at the very least, Kevin Owens get the best of Cena and make Kevin look like a serious freaking threat for down the road when Kevin goes on the main roster. I can see it, going down as like a knockdown, drag out, maybe a disqualification type fight. But I think it's going to be good. I really do. I think Cena is going to be way out of his element when he goes up against Kevin Owens. I really do. And I think Owens is going to at the very least, get the best of him. And will we see blood? I don't know. I'd like to see it.
Possibility.
Accidental blood.
That
This,
too,
this
yeah.
is, this is where you wish Cena was heel, because you could have Owens win, right, and then obviously he goes back to NXT, and then have Cena cost him the belt, and then have Owens versus Cena 2, and then have the United States Championship on the line. Owens wins again, proving that obviously Owens is better. But you feel that you need a cheap way for him to lose the belt, because he is booked that high.
Yeah. And then most likely
Owens beat Cena at SummerSlam for the U.S. title. That's
that
what
would be fine.
Eh.
I don't know. We'll see. But we'll go ahead with the main event, of course. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And this one should be a great match between the two. Looking forward to this one as well, even though it is a singles match in that chamber. So it's definitely an interesting turn there on that note. But with all honesty, even though it would be really cool for Dean to actually get the championship title, I do see, however, Seth Rollins keeping the championship and retaining. So that's who I'm going to go with there. Steven, your thoughts?
I mean, I get why Rollins would be the guy, and I agree with that too. I'll be open to be honest if Dean holds the belt for a little bit. I'm not saying for like a long, because you can tell obviously like the Rollins versus Brock. That's the plan. You can tell right away. Again, you can have Dean win this match, let him hold the belt for like until let's say not Money in the Bank, but the pay per view after that, and then you go back to Rollins and Brock. But I'm gonna
That
go
ain't
Rollins here. What happened?
Go ahead. Your thoughts? Simon, your thoughts?
Did he get cut off?
I think he did. Alright, we'll go ahead with Scott. Your thoughts?
Seth, isn't it? It's going to have to be Seth because having Dean win just seems like it's going to be a short reign. It's too close to Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Dean mark. I love Dean. I love him to pieces. I want him to be WWE champion, but I just feel like this match is booked at the wrong time. It should have been booked either earlier or later in the year. To give him at least a good title run, not just like a transitional to the next pay-per-view kind of thing.
Right. Like a few month title reign at least for Dean.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
I mean, I feel like everybody should at least have a few months.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're Kane.
That's another story. I stand your thoughts.
Yeah, I would love to see Ambrose win as well, but I don't think we're going to see him walk out of Chamber with the belt, especially at this pay-per-view. Yeah, everybody knows Rollins is supposed to go on and face Lesnar, like Steven said, and I don't know what's going to happen when they do face. I don't know whether Rollins will still have the belt when they face each other, but I just don't see Rollins losing to Ambrose at this particular pay-per-view that's only on the WWE Network. But, stranger things have happened.
Indeed. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, I honestly don't see Dean walking out either. As much as I like Dean Ambrose, I just see him as. I really see Dean as the modern day Roddy Piper. I've said that from the get-go, and I think that's the truth. I don't see Dean as right now being some kind of big world champion. I think he should have gotten the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania in that ladder match, but that's just me. Yeah, I think, honestly, Seth's going to win this. And I know what you guys are saying as far as, like, Seth Rollins going up against Lesnar. It is bound to happen, but there was I don't know if it was a rumor that somebody started, but somebody was saying on Facebook that we could very well see possibly Seth Rollins versus Triple H. Because, maybe the fact that Seth Rollins is getting kind of like a big head, and I did see the way that Seth Rollins was talking to Triple H and Stephanie about, what happened last week with it all and the signing of, this championship match feud type thing to begin with. And I just, I don't feel, Dean is anywhere near ready yet, as much as I like him. I think he really needs the Intercontinental title, in my opinion, first.
That'd be fair enough to build him up that way. And maybe once again later on during the year again, have him go for the title who knows? But there's that chance
Yeah.
too. But yeah, he
I just,
definitely does do it. Go ahead.
I just want to know what Dean's done wrong. 'Cause
Lord
No,
only
you
knows.
haven't
That's
really
not
done nothing
it's
wrong.
not
not a
really up
champion,
for
but
us
I
to
just feel
know.
like, you know,
Because
has he done something wrong backstage? Has he pissed the
Hopefully
wrong
not.
person
I
off,
don't think
and
so.
they're punishing him now, saying no, we're gonna put you these matches, we're gonna tease the fans, but we're not gonna give you it.
I don't know, man. To me,
Yeah,
it's just
I
a
don't
show,
think
and
so.
I try not to
Mm,
look at things like, oh, what happened
yeah.
backstage, because
Hmm. We
it's
never
not
really know what's
it's not
happening backstage anyway.
it's not my motherfucking business what happens backstage.
Yeah.
um, I just I see the product, I guess what might happen, and make predictions and all that stuff,
There you go.
and that's really it. I mean, it's like I said,
Hmm.
really not my business to know other things otherwise.
Exactly. That's what it's about. But that pretty much does it for Elimination Chamber predictions and as well with the preview. Of course, the pay-per-view this Sunday actually should be pretty good show. I would say that. We'll go ahead with final closings and thoughts too for Elimination Chamber. How you feel about it overall before we end things off with the show? We'll go in reverse with this one. Chris, your overall thoughts on Elimination Chamber?
I think the Elimination Chamber is a good idea, but it's the wrong timing. I think it should have been substituted for another pay per view, but that's my personal opinion. As I was saying earlier, I just don't understand the concept of these things being put in out of nowhere between the actual pay per views. But like I said, that's just my opinion. But as much as I'm kind of like out of touch with, because of everything else in my life, I'm kind of fell out of touch. I'm not really watching a whole lot of wrestling. I
Right.
think, I mean, I will watch the Elimination Chamber, and we'll see what happens, and that's about it. But yeah,
All right, Scott, your overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. I like how they try to make it sound like an exclusive kind of thing, but
Yeah.
um, wrong timing. Um, I feel like it should be more of a part of another pay per view. It shouldn't have its own name. It should. I mean, like I'm trying to think. Battleground. It should have been part of Battleground. Like they just say, oh, there's going to be an Elimination Chamber here, or Survivor Series, there's going to be an Elimination Chamber here. I just don't feel it should have had its own pay per view.
Right.
Matches, they seem kind of solid, but at the same time, it just half-assed put together. It's a pay per view. I'm going to watch it. Hopefully, I enjoy it.
All right, Steven, your
I think,
thoughts?
like Scott said, I'll watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a review on it most likely, 30 minutes after the show, and take calls and whatnot. But I mean, again, I don't get the logic of it being exclusively on WWE Network when every pay per view on the network. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just me,
Right.
of course, but there you go.
All right, Iceman, your thoughts?
Well, okay, they get rid of Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, put in Fastlane. 3 months later, we have an Elimination pay-per-view, Chamber pay-per-view. I mean, I don't know what's going through their minds. I like the Elimination Chamber. I always had. I was disappointed when they replaced it with Fastlane. I think the card is okay. It's worthy of watching if you're a wrestling fan of any type, whether it's TNA, Lucha, anything.
Yeah.
It's a wrestling pay-per-view. So you try to watch what you can, and you try to make the best of it. That's all you can do.
Exactly.
All right. Exactly. Yeah, but anyway, that about does it for the show. I want to thank you guys coming on in. Should be something interesting for sure for this Sunday. Of course, will be back for my review as always, and most likely, like I said, too, I'll probably have the show more often on Tuesday nights. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, depending on what's going on with any changes. So definitely be sure to like the Facebook fan page for that for more details. But with that being said, enjoy Elimination Chamber, and until then, I'll catch you guys on Sunday. Peace.
Peace out, everybody. Everybody have a good night.
You too, buddy.
No, and go fund yourself.